guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I filmed this makeup tutorial and it's just kind of like, I suck at explaining, but it's like a semi-cut crease, like glitter cut crease with those kind of like movie orangey earthy kind of tones that are in, and just a nude lip like normal because that's just my life. I'm wearing a top, by the way, guys, just so you know. I will be always slashed down like here and then it looks like, is she wearing a top? She is. So I hope you guys enjoy watching it, and without further ado, we'll get into the video. So starting off, I always do my mascara first. I do not know why, but I do one coat of mascara and then I do my other stuff and then I clean it up and do my lashes and all that stuff later. So I'm using my Better Than Sex mascara by Too Faced. I always use this. It's like a, I don't know, I've had them for ages. I go through them all the time. It's so good. And kind of just one coat. I think it's also because like I have really long lashes, so I always make such a mess and like get the mascara up my lid like I've just done and all of that. Okay, so I do not know what is going on with my hair. I have like an actual literal like bird's nest somewhere going on the back. I'm just leaving it down, you know, rocking its like 4th day natural. Gosh, so let's ignore that. Going to get in with primer now. So I'm going to use the Mecca Cosmetica Soft Focus Smoothing Primer. Squeeze it out. And I've got nothing on my face except for moisturizer. I feel like whenever I film, I just forget what steps of the makeup go. I just like, I don't know, I'll be sitting here going like, what comes next? But do you know what I mean? It's like the pressure of like, you filming, you feel like you have to get it done like really nice and fast. So my primer is done. I'm gonna go with my brows. I'm kind of gonna be using a combination of 2 brushes. So for starters, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pomade in, what is it, medium brown. I'm looking for the name, it's like right in front of me. Then I'm using a Mecca Max eyebrow brush. It's got like a little spoolie on the end and a little tiny, you know, brow thingy. And my Zoeva wing liner brush. I don't know why, I was using this one for a while and then I went back to this one which I used to always use because this one gets, I feel like, more defined, but this one's like tiny petite, so I kind of just use a combo every morning. Brush the hairs up and kind of fill in. Brush the hairs down because that's such an attractive look, and then you can really like make sure you're filling in behind the hairs, you know what I mean? Now I'm going to use that Zoeva brush and get really close to the mirror so don't mind me. So now I'm going to use my MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot and this $1 Billion brow, I guess it's the carving out tool, you know what I mean? I don't even know, just yeah, it's like perfect and flat and you can just carve out your brows. And I'm just gonna carve underneath. Part of my everyday makeup routine, I always get a little like Q-tip, earbud, whatever, for makeup remover, and then I clean up all those little bits of mascara that I get on my lid, because it happens every day. Okay, so now it's time for foundation, and I'm going to go in with my Marc Jacobs Remarkable Foundation in Beige Deep, number 38. Such a nice foundation. I've only just started like using it. I was trying like all these new brands, and yeah, it's really like nice. Some people find it too matte, but I have oily skin, so I find it like perfect. If not, it could be more matte. I don't know, that's just my skin. And it has like a cool little, it's like a dropper. And I'm just gonna dot it all over the face. So this stuff is super like, do you say pigmented? Like, yeah, it's pretty much like full of pigment. So they say to use a little amount. And every day I still manage to go over that little amount recommended. Now when I blend it, I put like way too much foundation. Now I'm using my Sigma Flat Kabuki F80 brush, and it is absolutely filthy because I haven't cleaned it in a couple of weeks, but that doesn't matter. And I just buff this around my skin. Yeah, I did too much foundation again. Oh, I'll make it blend in. What is going on with my hair? I'm like, ugh. Too much foundation on my forehead. I have to try and work with that. Let's put the brush down, there is too much. Going in with my beauty blender. It's clean for once. This thing, I never like wet this or clean it, I'm so lazy with it. And I'm just kind of pressing it around my face so it presses it into my face a bit more and absorbs like the excess. And because there was so much, there's little streak marks, so this like helps make it nice and flawless. Okay, so normally I go straight with like my concealer now, but I want to try color correcting. I never bother doing it, but I have this like color corrector for under the eyes to look less tired, and I have the worst bags under my eyes. So I'm gonna see how I go with this. This could be a fail, or it could not be. I don't know, is this supposed to go under the foundation? I think it is. Oh well, my concealer will cover it. And I guess I'll use my beauty blender, I think. To me, it feels like probably just doing concealer and concealer, because it's like the concealer shade. Alrighty, now I'm going with my Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer in Custard. Nothing new, my favourite concealer ever. And I'm just doing my little triangles under the eyes, down the bridge of the nose. I'll probably do like a little bit on the forehead, but I never bother with my forehead. And Cupid's bow and my chinny chin. That is that. And now I'll buff it in with the beauty blender again. So difficult, I need to look up to get under there, but I also need to see what I'm doing. I'll look in the camera, that's smart. Okay, so now I'm going to bake, and I'm using my, you're gonna think this is Laura Mercier translucent powder, but it's actually the RMCA translucent, you know, no color baking powder, and I pour it into here because I finished off my Laura Mercier, because this is like the most stupidest design ever. You pop the lid and you're supposed to tip it on like the table and like, you know what I mean? Whereas like this, at least I can tip it into the lid. Got my powder, so that's what I do. And then I use a little, what are they? Those little triangle-y sponge things, the really cheap ones. I just use them until they get rank and then I get another one. And I just press it underneath. Sorry I haven't filmed in a while too, guys. I kind of just, not gave up on filming or anything, but I don't know, got too lazy, too occupied with life. And then I'd always have people asking like, oh, have you filmed any videos yet? I missed them. I'm like, oh, whoops. Haven't bothered yet, but I'm back. Guess who's back? Millie's back. Yeah, no, I'm back, and I'm gonna try and film some more videos and get them up a lot more frequently. So while the baking is baking, I'm going to set my face, like the rest of my face, can't speak today, with my Nars Translucent Crystal Light Reflecting Setting Powder, pressed version. Oh, it's hip pan, but a lovely look that is, but I'm still going. So now I'm going to bronze up the face a little bit now that I've set it all using my MAC Give Me Sun bronzer, and it looks like that if you guys haven't seen it before. I'll be using my Zoeva Luxe Cheek Finish brush to number 126. This is just my favourite brush for bronzing. I'm just bronzing my forehead and like the sides, kind of where the contour is going to go, but just add some warmth to the face and dimension. And then using my Cosmetics F21 contour brush and my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit, which is looking pretty fantastic. This thing is damaged. I'll be using the bottom two shades to, wait no, that side. God, it's confusing me looking at the camera. Yeah, I'll be using these two. So, I don't know what they're called, but it's just the two cooler toned ones. I just kind of go dab, dab, tap, tap. And then I just, yeah, contour a bit in. And I'll contour a little bit underneath the jaw, a flattering angle. And then I contour a bit under the lip. I know I should just use a smaller brush for that. And then I do a little bit down the nose. That's the contouring and bronzing done. So yeah, I'm going to prime my eyes using my Decay eyeshadow prime potion. I literally used to always just put concealer on my eyelids and blend it out, but this stuff like makes the colours more pigmented, I found, and it's the same colour as concealer. So I just kind of do little swipes. This stuff is really pigmented too, so yeah, you don't want to put too much on like I once did. I like covered my whole lid. First time I used it thinking like, oh, I concealer, no. And then I kind of just use my finger and just cover my eyelid. Helps conceal like your veins and I don't know, all the colours and just make it one colour. So yeah, just kind of blend it with the finger. Sometimes I go in with my beauty blender, which I think I'm going to go today, just on top to make it nice and smooth. I don't know why I don't use a beauty blender in the first place. Alright, so now going in with my unnamed brush. It's one of the Real Techniques, can't speak. And I think it's like a contour one or whatever, but I use this to wipe away the baking that's still sitting underneath it. And I kind of wipe it away and use it under here, like to clean up the contour, that's the word, can't even speak. And then sometimes the leftovers, I'm just gonna like try and set the lid, is that what it's called? Yeah. I swear I talk too fast for my brain to like function, and then I stuff up my speech all the time. So now I'll like do some eyeshadows. So the eye look I'm doing today is like I think there's like warm tone, like warmy oranges and stuff, and then I'm going to do like a half a cut crease with some glitter, but I just don't know what colour yet. We'll figure it out as we go. I'm gonna use the Zoeva Caramel Melange. Let's just say the caramel palette because I don't know how to pronounce that word, but it looks like that. It has those shadows, and I'm probably gonna be using mainly these bottom three and that one. As you can see, they're like the only ones that we really use, but they're so nice and creamy and buttery, and I love this palette. And I'm also gonna use a little bit of my Stila Eyes of the Windows palette. Oh, in Mind. So the Mind palette out of the Eyes of the Window, and it has the shades like that. And I'll probably mainly be using these oranges and like the brown. To start off the eyes, I'm going to use my MAC 224 blending brush, my favourite blending brush, probably the only one I really use. And these two lighter colours here. So that one's like a really light colour, I don't know what you want to call it. And I'm kind of going to press that over just so it's got like this, it's got a colour down. It's kind of a bit of a transition that's helping set that eyeshadow primer because it wasn't fully set from whatever was left on the brush. Alright, now I'm using that brown colour there. And I'm kind of just going to work these in the crease, but also like covering most of the lid. I'm going to pretty much leave this front area like bare because I will be putting on the glitters there. You know what I mean? So there's no point like putting other colours down, as long as I work in this outer area. Now with that Zoeva palette, I'm going to use these two shades here, which is Finish Sensual, I think is what it's called, and Start Soft. Oh yeah, that kind of sounds, yeah, you can put them together in a word. Alright. Alright, so I've kind of done those colours. Hopefully you can see it. I'm going to use that orange shade out of that Stila palette again. Also going to use a clean blending brush. Why has this got stuff all over it? Anyways, it's dirty, but a clean blending brush. It's a Kylie, one of the ones from Kylie, just to help diffuse the product up the top because for some reason they're extra pigmented today and I'm making a bit of a mess. I'm going to use that white shade too right at the top there and just help buffer the colours together. You know what? I'm going to go and make a little bit of this purple colour down the bottom and just change up the look a little bit more. Now I'm going to use my Zoeva Luxe Soft Definer 227 brush and basically use that same orange shade there and the brown shade here. I'm just going to use a bit of them together and put that on my bottom, what's it called? Lower lash line, that's the word. Alright, so we've done those eyes. Now, I'm going to be using my Stila, what are they? Magnificent Metals Glitter and Glow Liquid Eyeshadow in Gold Goddess. And have you seen these things? These are insane. I actually love them so much. I have 3 of them so far, and they just brought out a heap new just the other day. So I know what I'm getting my hands on soon. And they're like super pigmented, like, can you see glitter? Glitter, straight away. It's just, they're amazing. So this is going to take a lot of concentration. I'm going to use this little mirror, and I'm pretty much just going to create a half cut crease with this and blend the outer edges, make it sure it kind of blends. You'll see me as I'm doing it. Alright, so I pretty much just pick it up and go straight on the lid. Its applicator makes it super easy to do a cut crease. I zoomed you in a little closer, hopefully, so you can see the eyes, like what's kind of going on. But yeah, I've done that like half cut crease, and then when I got to this edge, I kind of just, with my finger, like taps it out. So now I'll do the other eye. Yeah, I'm just trying to blend that outer edge. I think I went too far. Crap. I like it a bit further, so I'm just gonna fix the other eye up. Just go a little bit further out here. Now, we let our eyeballs dry. I'm gonna pick up my MAC brush again and put a bit of that like purpley and like orangey shade. And I'm just gonna try and like blend it into the glitters, just so it's not a harsh like line, if that makes sense. I want it to be gradient. Okay, I'm going in with my Zoeva palette again, and I'm using the top gold shimmer up here. It's called Liquid Center, and I'm just kind of pressing a little bit on top because it adds a different color to it. It's not as like yellow gold then. And I'm using my Queen Bee lashes by Koko lashes. Yeah, Koko lashes in the style Queen Bee. The lashes are done. Now, going to do a little bit of bottom mascara. I use the MAC Extended Play Gigablack Lash Mascara, and it's just, I don't know, I just can't use anything else for bottom lashes because it always gets up below or I make a massive mess. So I'll just do my bottom lashes, and I'll also mix a bit in the top so it can like, so the lashes and the fake lashes like kind of join together, if that makes sense. Yeah, mixing it in a bit. So now the eyes are done, that mascara is drying, so I can't look down too much. While I'm waiting for that, I'm going to set the brows with some like brow gel, that's the word, yeah. And I'm using the, I can't pronounce the brand, but it says 22 Chosungah, I think. I don't know, like a Korean beauty brand, sold at Mecca. And it's the brow gel, and it looks like a highlighter, which is pretty cool. And you just pop it out, and then I'm just gonna brush up the hairs. And that is the brow set. So, gonna do a little bit of highlight, and using my MAC Soft and Gentle highlighter, looks like, oh my god, stay up. It looks like that, if you guys can see it. It is stunning. And I'm going to use this fan brush, which is by Smashbox, and just put it on my, what's it called? Cheekbones. You know, the high points where you put your highlighter. I'll do a bit above like the brow. Down my nose a bit, and my cupid's bow. And now also for an inner corner highlight, I'm going to use my Stila Kitten eyeshadow. I normally use this as a highlighter sometimes too. And I'm just using my finger, my ring finger, and I'm just kind of going to dab it in that inner corner. Using my Zoeva Luxe Precise Shader Brush, it's the 238, and I'm just going to do a bit under the brow bone. So before I do my lipstick, I'm going to use a setting spray, and it's the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. Just going to spritz my face, you know the drill. So I'm very indecisive, nothing new, and I always wear nude lipsticks, but I can't decide on what one to wear. So I think I'm going to use a combo of Too Faced Melted Matte Lipstick in Cool Girl, which is a really nice nude, it's like a more movie tone nude, and my Nars, what are they called? Power Matte Lip Pigment in Get It On. So both nudes. Probably going to do this one all over lips and this one more like in the middle. We'll see how it goes. Probably just going to blend it to one big colour. So this is Cool Girl. Alright, so that's what Cool Girl looks like on. It's dry, a little darker. I'm going to put a bit of that Nars one. Just for the same. They're pretty much the same colour, so it's kind of pointless So this is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed another makeup tutorial. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!